All right, you guys, what's going on? This your boy Town. So, I wanted to get a quick stream in. So, I got 10, 15 minutes to spare on the freeway Friday. So, gonna talk some boxing, of course. I gotta say this on a side note about Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is getting exposed by various different boxing outlets on his inconsistency. 1 minute he says he's signed to fight Devin, then 1 minute he says there isn't a contract really in place. He's verbally, like, the dude is all over the place. The man is consistent at being inconsistent. It has to come to a point where you have to call him basically what he is and what he's been doing. And Shakur's just be lying. And there's just no other way to get around it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Shakur is just losing fans day after day. And he's just showing people that the more time goes by, that he really doesn't have any real interest in a Devin Haney fight. Bill, if I was you guys, I would just move on from Shakur. If it's two people you should cross off the list, it should be Shakur and Tank. Tank is really the subject of this video. Tank is showing that he doesn't really want to fight Devin Haney, that he is just clout chasing, which I keep proving further and further every day, resting my case that Devin is right now the most popular boxer out there, and that he is beginning to become the face of boxing, because every time you look around, it's somebody making a video about him. Devin makes any type of video, whether it's good or bad, somebody comments. And I'm gonna say this and take it however you want. In particularly you fake bandwagon Ryan Garcia fans, in particularly Mexicans, y'all didn't give a fuck about Ryan Garcia until after that Devin Haney fight. Ryan Garcia said it himself that y'all was fake towards him and disingenuous until after the Devin Haney fight. Then you jumped on the bandwagon. So this came out of his mouth. But I gotta say something else, which is just real talk. I really don't see, and I just don't get how these boxers can align themselves with Ryan Garcia after what he said. But once again, nobody cares about Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia has to align himself and beg to be around black people to stay relevant. Look how he was begging to come on Adrian Broner's podcast and stream with him and Dean, so he could boost his numbers. Just goes to show you how much black people is needed to generate currency. And that's what I mean. You get people that's always talking crazy about black people, but then they need black people, but they try to make money off black people. Well, I mean, Ryan served his so-called time. And then another thing, Ryan Garcia is another habitual liar. Let me tell you something. Him threatening to sue Devin Haney is laughable. Hey, dude, you didn't get caught with a tiny amount of Ostarine. You had 60 times the normal amount. That is documented. You can Google it. So I don't know why Ryan continues to perpetrate this lie. Dude, You had a chance to present your evidence and facts on how that shit got in your system. You took the 1 year suspension instead of the 2 year suspension, which if you would have had a hearing and they would have found that, found your evidence not to be, truthful, you would have been looking at a 2 year suspension. You took the 1 year. You copped the plea. So all this stuff about how it accidentally, listen, dude, you are responsible for what's in your system. You are responsible what you put in your body. I don't know how many times I gotta explain that. So nobody ain't trying to hear that. Like, just be a man, dude. Just be a man. Now, the funny part about it is when you saw that on these media outlets, I didn't see nobody saying, oh, that's weak if Ryan sues Devin. But everybody had something to say. Everybody had something. Everybody came after Devin for the most part. The only person that really didn't go in on Devin was the person that's catching a lot of heat. It was Claressa Shields. There was a few other people. Now, I gotta say this about Claressa Shields. I'll mess with Claressa Shields, but I feel like, once again, it's a lot of hypocrisy surrounding what's going on with her. While you have people sitting up here coming after anybody that's questioning a song, where you have a woman that openly promotes scamming, lying, and Young Miami would spin that. These are the same people that want to sit on their moral cup. Oh, Claressa Shields is involved with a married man. But here it is, y'all singing and teaching y'all kids to sing a song by a lady that is openly encouraging black people to commit crimes, thefts, and be dishonest. And then they wonder why black people are labeled and stamped with these unfair stereotypes. Okay. So, I'm just keeping it a buck. Well, as far as testing goes, it isn't about how much is in your system. It's about it being in your system. It's called microdosing. That's why you have random tests. See, they trying to say this so-called little amount doesn't matter. Shouldn't have been in your system regardless. And Ryan is lying about taking year-round testing. He hasn't enrolled in 24-hour testing with VADA. So this upcoming fight with Conor Benn, I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan Garcia looks different or fights different in this fight. But then again, I wouldn't be surprised if Conor Benn looks different in this fight too, because we know Conor Benn has been caught before. Even though he came up with this ridiculous excuse that it came from some green eggs that he ate. Okay, fine. Okay, Conor, fine. Whatever, dude. If that's the story you sticking by, okay, fine. Once again, go say this again. You need to do research on supplements and the type of food that you put in your body. But it just sounds ridiculous, just like Canelo and his mystery burritos that he was eating, his mystery burritos and tacos, on how he came up dirty. But then you had Charlo kind of debunk that and say, well, he did debunk it and say, well, wait a minute, I didn't eat meat out there and I passed my PED and drug test. And then you look at his trainer, Eddie Reynoso, who has had at least 6 fighters under him, or one time that has trained with him, test positive for some type of banned substance. Hey, okay. But yet there's been no thorough investigation on Eddie Reynoso. So we can really dive deep into this situation, but let's get the Tank. Let's get the Tank. I told y'all about Tank Davis, and then this is another dude that's starting to prove day after day that he really doesn't want to fight anybody, and that he basically attaches himself to the hottest guy out there to bring some attention to himself. The guy Tank came out of nowhere about 3 weeks ago, hooping and hollering, "Oh, I want Devin Haney. I want Devin Haney right now. I want to make the fight. Then all of a sudden, you get word from the PBC, and then the thing is with Tank is sitting up, basically tweeting and responding to people from his burner account, G Money. Oh, we want Devin Haney now, but there is no plans whatsoever to fight Devin Haney. Now, keep in mind, Tank will not return, according to PBC and various sources, until sometime next year, which means it'll be 2 years since Tank has been out of the ring. And we all know Tank's legal problems. We know Tank is attached to quite a bit of legal problems involving women, getting into it with women. This man Tank went from Devin Haney to Bam Rodriguez to Shakur Stevenson to, you hear Floyd Mayweather, possibly Conor McGregor. Now you're hearing about a deal may be in place to fight Manny Pacquiao. Fight Manny Pacquiao, win. Now, you know, if Devin was going to fight Manny Pacquiao, it would, the Devin Haney haters would have a fit, but they're going to justify this. Oh, this is a big name. This is a big name. Manny Pacquiao. Oh, this will put Tank at the top. If he comes out and he beats Manny Pacquiao, will be 49 years old in December. Even though Manny did have a good outing, in which some people thought that he beat Mario Barrios, well, Manny hasn't fought in a while since Mario Barrios. He may have did an exhibition match, he stays in the gym and all that kind of stuff, but still, at the end of the day, 48-49 is still 48-49, unless you Floyd Mayweather. See, that's the thing. Floyd has more value at 49 than Manny Pacquiao, because Manny Pacquiao has like 8 or 9 losses. So, but Floyd retired undefeated. So you have to look at who's more valuable. And see, that's the thing. Now, I don't believe for a second that Tank would fight Floyd Mayweather, but then again, maybe he would. But one thing I say about Tank, and Tank don't tell the truth either. So once again, Tank is trying to do the same thing with Devin as Shakur is trying to do. Tank wants a 144, or I think Tank wants Devin to come in like at 142, and he wants a rehydration clause. No. I'm gonna say this much. If you got to fight at a catch weight, then you should be able to rehydrate to however much you want. My thing is with Shakur, he just doesn't seem like at this point he doesn't believe he can beat Devin Haney, and that's just all it sounds like. This false bravado. Shakur gets caught in lie after lie, and then the thing is with Shakur, when people present this to him, he gets mad. He'll say, "Oh, y'all don't know shit about boxing. Oh, y'all don't do this. Y'all don't do that." Like, that got to stop too, because you challenge somebody on something, then they say you don't know nothing about boxing. Okay, cool. Well, then don't do the interview then. If you can't answer tough questions, or you get mad because somebody asks you a tough question in a respectful tough question, then you showing who you really is. You showing that you the problem. And that is not nobody else. That is you. But that's what's wrong with boxing. These dudes sit up here and be trying to attach themselves to people. Once again, Tank couldn't stand that Deb was getting all the attention. That's all it came down to. He couldn't stand that Deb was. I keep telling y'all, prove me wrong that Devin ain't the most popular boxer that's out there right now. Devin, stay in the algorithm. He stay in the algorithm. That's real talk. Last year, you can make an argument. Well, it wasn't really an argument. It was factual. The most popular boxer last year was Bud. It was proven that Bud was the most Googled boxer. Which means technically Bud was the face of boxing. Probably right now. If they came with real statistics, if you really went to YouTube and said, YouTube, who is the most boxer that is searched in the search engine? I'm talking about relevant boxers. I guarantee you Devin Haney comes in at number one. Nobody don't make no videos about Tank, because here's the thing about Tank. Tank don't give you nothing. And that's just real talk. I just want to keep it 100. Tank don't give you nothing in interviews. And the only thing Tank is good for doing is talking shit online. That's all Tank does, is talk crazy online. He don't never, that's all he does. See, the thing is, Tank want to try to pass himself off as a street dude. Tank ain't no real street dude. Like I said, no dude that's been in a boxing gym since he was 8-9 years old is no, like, for real. I'm just keeping it 100. You see how Tank moved? The man tried to run up on Devin Haney while he in a car. Then as soon as it looked like Devin was about to get out dead, here come Tank and his security. Tank be Tank be faking fuck. He be pump faking. He pump fake online and he pump fake in real life. See, there was interest possibly with Tank wanting to fight Devin when Devin was at the lower weight classes, but now they seeing them videos of Devin. Now all of a sudden, here it come again. You see Ryan Garcia once again attaching himself to brothers. I find it laughable. You get people that always talk crazy about brothers and stuff and disrespected black men and black people, but these are the same people that want to come to somebody's streamer university because they don't know how to do it on their own without stealing that sauce, dipping in that sauce that black people create. So laughable. I'll say this time and time again. If you don't like us, if we so irrelevant, if we so boring, if we don't have no culture, then why the fuck you always trying to emulate us? Why do you try to talk like us? Why do you try to dress like us? That's what I don't understand. Help me understand that. Make me understand that, because you can't. I keep telling you, we are the culture. We are the culture. And I'm glad that black people start to see how much of an impact we have and how we can shut people down if we choose to. Look what's going on with these boycotts of these non-black owned businesses who constantly sat up there and took black people's money, but at the same time didn't respect black people. Yeah, there you have it. This is what I do, y'all. I'm good at this. I say this once again. Don't be offended by what I say. If you sit up here and constantly say stuff that offends my people, it's called return fire. Don't dish it out if you can't take it. I'm cool with you until I'm not cool with you. If you respect me, I will respect you. So, just keeping it a buck. Just keeping it a buck. A real buck. You know what I'm saying? So, hey homeboy, I suggest you don't come on my channel like talking crazy, because I will block you. Show some respect, or I'm gonna run your ass off my channel. I'm not one of these dudes that go back and forth with trolls. It's either respect the platform, shut up and listen, or I'll block you, or somebody on here will block you. Your choice. And you know damn well what I'm talking about. So, but yes, Shakur and Tank, they should fight each other. But what I find relevant about Shakur, he's saying Tank is smaller than him, but he has interest in fighting Tank. Shakur just don't want to fight Devin. But now all of a sudden, once again, you got people talking about, oh, Devin looks huge. Devin looked like he walking around at 180. Devin looked like he walk around at 180. But here's the thing. Canelo walk around at 180, 190. And that's the thing. If Devin can make weight, he's not doing anything wrong. It's not cheating. So that's the thing. My thing is with Shakur Stevenson, I'm gonna say this again. Same thing with Tank. I'm to the point. I'm to the point to where I think they should just ban catch weights. Just period. There should be no title on the line. If they don't ban catch weights, there should be no titles on the line and none of that stuff. You can't sit up there and say you go up to 144, but then you want to put up their time. Like I said, Shakur sound ridiculous. Talking about that him and Keyshawn boxing Devin in. How you go, like I said, it take nerve for somebody to tell somebody that they got to give up their belt. But then one minute he said he ain't gonna step on Keyshawn's toe, but then one minute he says, oh, I want the Devin Haney fight. Oh, well, I signed my portion of the contract. Oh, well, I didn't sign my portion, but I verbally agree. Like I said, these dudes is all over the place. Like, which one is it, dude? But I get it, Shakur. You try to stay in the algorithm. But at the same time, you expose yourself as a liar. You got several media outlets that have exposed you for not being truthful. I'm gonna say this again. You can't have everything in your favor. I'm just gonna keep it 100. You ain't done enough. Because Devin holds that trump card that he was undisputed in one weight class, where you haven't been undisputed, and he's won titles in multiple weight classes. Devin was a clear-cut undisputed, and he successfully defended his title against Lomachenko in a semi-controversial fight, which I saw that fight. I was at Lomachenko. Listen, I did watch the Lomachenko fight several times, and if anybody think that Devin Haney lost that fight, you don't know shit about boxing. Devin Haney clearly won that fight. He won all the close rounds. The close rounds go to the champ. But once again, people have this disdain towards Devin and Bill to where they can't put their dislike for somebody over skill set. All of a sudden they tried to change the rules because now I'll say this much. Lomachenko he did have 2 dominant rounds, a 10th and 11th, but Devin was so far ahead on the cards to where, no. And then you look at the biased broadcasting. So, I done watched that fight several times. You have to be told to call fights in favor of whoever the hot guy is, the guy that they trying to push. So, no. Fight wasn't even close. Devin Haney won that fight. Worst case scenario, 9-3, 8-4. Best worst. And people keep forgetting that Devin Haney sent Lomachenko to the hospital because, according to reports, that Devin Haney fractured one of Lomachenko's ribs if he didn't break it. Yeah. Yeah, and that's it. And see, that's the thing. Right? You don't think? And see, I'm gonna tell you something. Shakur better quit playing them games. And I'm not like glazing, as you guys like to say, Dana White, but I'm telling you right now, like Dana White or not, he gonna make you fight. He gonna make you fight relevant fighters. And I think El Rayo makes a lot of sense. And then for Shakur to say that fight doesn't interest me, El Rayo bounced back. He bounced back from the De Los Santos loss. And then he stopped De Los Santos in a controversial. Listen, it would have been a legitimate win if he wouldn't have hit him when he was clearly down. Now, we'll see. De Los Santos name has already appealed that fight. And don't be surprised if they turn that. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But anyway, you guys, appreciate you. We'll talk more. It's your boy Town. Yeah, Shakur's all over the place. We'll figure it out.